iKON is definitely living up to their title as best new artist with their recent releases, especially Apology. Not only is the song really good, the music video has so much symbolism and context that it makes you appreciate the song so much more. So with everything that I've found and gathered about this video, let's get started. Now remember that these are theories and interpretations, so they could be wrong. But if they're right, it's gonna blow your mind at the end. Now let's start with the title. The English title we're provided with is Apology. Now the Korean title is Jimoji, which actually roughly translates to Sorry I Couldn't Protect You, which I think fits a lot better with the story that they're trying to convey. Before we get into each of the members' story, let me point out a couple things to notice. The girls we see in the video are either wearing black or white. Now some theories out there are saying the ones in white are actually dead and we're just seeing the ghosts, and the ones in black are still alive. Also notice the striped wall because it's going to be extremely important later. Let's start with Chen Wu. We see him at a place that looks like the docks, and there are a lot of chairs laid out, but the only person we see sitting is presumably his girlfriend. This scene is probably taking place at his own funeral. He was probably part of the military or the navy because if you look at his wardrobe, it resembles a uniform, so we can tell that he probably died and she's there mourning his death. Then we have Yoon. By the way, I'm going to be shortening some of the names. His story is pretty simple. We see both of them in the crowd and he notices her looking for him. The lyrics say that he's out all night, not giving her any attention, and at the end we see them in an argument. Jun's story is told in the lyrics. She's always at the same meeting place, but maybe he's not always there. When he does show up, they both get into an argument, and it seems like they have a mutual breakup. Now that covers all the girls wearing black. Let's talk about the girls wearing white. This is where it gets good. Dong-hyuk is seen in his apartment the whole time. When we do see the girl, she's either behind the window, or we see her in the reflection. Every time we see her, she's trying to get his attention, but he never responds. This might reflect their relationship when she was alive, or maybe he's angry that she left him alone. For Jin's story, the lyrics talk about a promise that they made to be together, but the promise no longer exists. We can see him at her grave mourning and probably deciding whether or not to join her. We see on the cross that it says, "For what I have done and what I have failed to do, I'm sorry." This could be her saying it to him, or him telling her that he can't join her right now. And we see that she's okay where she is, and tries to tell him that by wiping his tears away. Now BI's story seems pretty simple at first. She wants to break up with him, but he tries everything to stop her, and at the end she drives away. Then we see him driving away. But where's he going? We'll get back to that in a second. Finally we have Bobby. Throughout the whole video we see him running, but he's not running in the same direction every time. Remember the wall? It keeps switching sides. We also see a girl running after him in white. Also, who are these masked men? Here's where things will start to make sense. I think these men are the personification of death. So we're seeing Bobby run towards death to join her, but she's running after him telling him not to. We then see him running away from death, where they finally hold hands under the sign that says heaven. But look behind the heaven sign. Because he listened to her, he is now without her, in his own personal hell. Back to BI. Where is he going? Here you can tell that the girl drives in a certain direction, where he follows her, probably to death. Or maybe she died and he decides to follow her. Maybe this is about one couple and each member is telling a different chapter from their lives. Maybe Bobby is the psychological representation of that. There's a lot of ways that this music video can be interpreted, but now that you know all of this, go back and watch the video. And if I got something wrong or you guys have another theory, tell us. Alright guys, if you like this, I also did another one for FX's 4 Walls, so go check that out and subscribe for more breakdowns. Take care.